All praises is due to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation all you Akim who are just pushing the truth in love and sincerity and in charity. Alright, going out there, risking your life to do so. Okay, now, this is a little update on this storm, Hurricane Irma, alright, which is about to tear some shit up, alright. Now, the Most High ain't playing. Okay, we just had a eclipse over there in the U.S. in the great city of Babylon. The Most High ain't get time to play. Okay, now. This storm, Hurricane Irma, is now a Category 5 storm. Alright? And we have a next storm out there that named Hosea, I think. Alright, and that's coming next. Okay? Now, if you've been tracking the storm or watching, you can see where the storm is actually going. Okay? Now, this is some update on this storm. As the meteorology says, this is the strongest storm ever in the Atlantic. All right, so that's going to go ahead and play it right now for you all.
And based on its present trajectory, sometime Saturday, and yet there's another storm forming off the open Atlantic, Jose. How that happens and how busy the season is. So the guy who saw it all coming, Weather 2000 chief meteorologist.
As they say, another storm, Jose. All right, it's forming. All right.
Meteorologist Michael Slachter, is this an especially busy hurricane season? This is the 10th or 11th named storm? What do we?
Yeah, Jose is our 10th named storm, and we've had some other depressions and prospects, so we could have had 12. But yeah, very active. This is the most active month in the Atlantic hurricane season, so we're not done yet, unfortunately.
All right, so the catalyst seems to be these warmer waters, right?
Yeah, what's interesting, just to add on to that factoid that was mentioned, Irma is actually the strongest hurricane ever in the Atlantic outside of the Caribbean Sea or Gulf of Mexico. So those 4 or 5 storms that have been stronger in history all occurred in the Caribbean Sea or Gulf. So this is actually north of the Caribbean Sea, strongest hurricane ever. It will go through some eye wall replacement cycles. So separate from land, separate from shear, it's very difficult for hurricanes to stay above 170 miles per hour for a long period of time. So it will wane over the next 2 or 3 days, but think about it.
What would make it wane? Is it just that it reforms and
it runs out of its own fuel, so it kind of has to rebuild itself at this very high intensity. So, but just to protect people from hyped up headlines, let's say you hear the headline, it drops 50 miles per hour. That's still a 130 mile per hour Category 4 hurricane. So we have to be wary of that.
What would prompt it to slow down to that degree? If it's not land, it's just the nature of the beast?
Yeah, just it kind of can wane down these eye wall replacement cycles, ebbs and flows, but it doesn't mean that it can't get right back up to high Category 5, Category 4 yet again. Just for Chapter 1 over the next 2 or 3 days, I think it will wane a little bit before it gets towards the Bahamas and Florida.
Now, a lot of people have been talking about...
All right, now you see that? This storm is a deadly storm. All right? This storm ain't playing around. Okay? Now you get the scripture here. This is Isaiah 29:6. Thou shalt be visit of Yahweh of hosts with thunder and with great earthquake and with great noise, with storm, all right, such as Hurricane Irma, and tempest, all right, and tempest means, from the Winston Simplified Dictionary, violent storm. Alright? So hey, the Most High ain't playing. Alright? Judgment is being carried out. Alright? A violent storm characterized by strong wind. And guess what? You know they say that this hurricane was a Category 4. Now it's picked up to a Category 5. Alright? So this storm is coming to do some serious damage over here in the Bahamas. where our people are so ignorant and head hard. All right, they had harder than a brick wall. All right, don't like to listen to nothing but what you say. All right, so this storm is coming to tear the Bahamas right up. All right, and some parts of Florida. Okay. Say, thou shalt be visit of Yahweh of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and with great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. So hey, this storm will be carrying on like fire. All right. You know when something is on fire, you see how that fire is carry on. But this storm can carry on just like that. All right.
About its speed, and it's a lot faster than Harvey was, which could be a mixed blessing. It doesn't hang around and leave the type of rains and flooding that a Harvey did, would explain.
Well, it has a lot of inertia with it, but because it's so strong, it has a lot of outflow, and that outflow actually creates a subsiding ridge to its north, and that's one of the reasons why 5 days ago a lot of the computer models said out to sea, Bermuda, or directly up to New England, and it keeps on going further west. So I think people need to be wary, especially in southern Florida, not to think it's going to make this clip. So as it's moving with a full head of steam like a bowling ball, with this subsidence ridge to its north, I really think southern Florida has to keep very, very sharp eyes on this.
When you say sharp eyes on it, do you mean that it's still going to be severe no matter what? There's no possibility that it could just boomerang or turn around or turn tail or go back out into the open Atlantic?
I mean, remember, it's not a dot, it's a disc. Right. So no matter what scenario I see, curving in the Bahamas, going through the Keys and curving in the Gulf, there's no way that part of the disc of Irma doesn't lash the southern quarter of Florida pretty hard. And Florida is a very unique state, unlike some of the other southern states, that has a lot of big population cities right on the water.
Right.
It doesn't need the rain or Lake Okeechobee to flood to cause issues. Just the wind hitting these very high population cities from the Keys all the way up to, let's say, West Palm Beach or Fort Lauderdale, it could be bad news for the state.
So it would hit the coastline, then presumably move up the coastline rather than, I think in Sandy's case, hop over into the Gulf or what have you. What would be the scenario?
Right. So due to the inertia, it very...
I'm sorry, like Katrina, I meant.
Right. It could enter the Gulf of Mexico technically, but I don't see too many scenarios that would allow it to curve not before the state of Florida. So maybe a Tallahassee or Pensacola curve. I really think the Western Gulf is safe, according to my analysis now, but no matter what kind of curve it takes, western coast of Florida or eastern coast of Florida, southern Florida and the Bahamas are pretty much in for some bad news right now.
Back to your...
Gun. You hear that? Southern Florida and the Bahamas is in for some bad news right now. All right? So you people over here in the Bahamas, you all better shape up, because the Lord is getting ready to do some serious damage over here. You people in Florida, the Lord's going to do some serious damage over there. All right? I just pray that the Most High hide and keep his people, you Native American Indians, Latinos, and you Negroes, or those of the elect, keep them safe. Hide them from the tempest. So that's all we could do, is pray for our brothers and sisters in the know, who have this truth, who know what time it is. All right? And for the rest, believe 2/3 of our people, they will be cut off and die because they following Satan. All right? They following these devils. All right? They don't think that the Lord is doing this. Okay? They think this is just a regular storm, but what is happening all the time. All right? Though the Most High sending all these storms. All right? This is Isaiah 28:2. Behold, Yahweh had a mighty and a strong one, which as a tempest of hail and a destroying storm. All right? So this storm is coming to destroy plenty of our people. All right? This storm is coming to destroy plenty of our people. Plenty. Okay? as a flood of mighty waters overflowing. Yeah? You think Houston full of water? The Bahamas might get drowned. You know? Florida might get drowned. Alright? As a flood of mighty waters overflowing shall cast down to the earth with the hand. All praises due to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Yo? They tear up our people them for the wickedness, because plenty wickedness is happening. Plenty wickedness they're doing and calling it good.
Earlier premise of the busy hurricane season, this is the busiest early on, I guess, we've seen in a dozen years, right? What prompts that, or is that cyclical in nature, or what?
Well, we have obviously some very, very warm ocean temperatures, and prior to Harvey, 2005, 12 years ago, was the last time we saw Category 3 landfalls and all this activity. So there are some cycles, but there obviously is a long-term trend of the oceans warming, and that not only means that storms can get stronger, but as they approach land, they can maintain or even strengthen, as we saw with Harvey. So I'm hoping that's not the case with southern Florida, but if this goes through a cycle and then regenerates in the Straits of Florida, it could be very, very dangerous.
All right. Thank you very, very much, Michael.
All right. This is Ezekiel 13 and 11. Say unto them, which dub it with untampered mortar. All right? Which means that, hey, will we know these pastors them and anybody else, they like to sugarcoat everything. All right? They like to whitewash it, hide it underneath the rug, and not telling the people them exactly what is what. All right? Say unto them which dub it with untampered mortar, that it shall fall. This hurricane shall surely come. There shall be an overflowing shower, and ye, O grey hailstone, shall fall, and a stormy wind shall rend it. Alright? So the Most High ain't got time to play. The Bahamas is going to get tear up. Cuba is going to get tear up. Some parts of Haiti and Dominican Republic is going to get tear up. Florida, some parts of Florida is going to get tear up. Alright? So the Most High is going to do some serious damage inside these places. Alright? So you Akim and you Aquats out there that is watching, that's listening, I know you all know what time it is, and I pray that the Most High keep you all safe and hide you all in the time of these destruction and desolation. Alright? So with that, I hope you've been edified with this lesson. So say, Kala Lal Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Barakatam.